Milan, you're on mute.
Oh, thanks, Troy. Welcome, everybody. How's it going? My name is Milan. I'm the Director of Business Acceleration here at Angel Hack, and we are right now interviewing two companies from our Angel Hack HACKcelerator, which is our yearly program that we run in 50 cities all over the world, where we help transitioning early-stage startups to startups with traction. So the way we do this, we host events in 52 cities globally, and we have the best of the best hackers attending our events. Our community spans around 50,000 people globally. So the people participating in our program are definitely the top-notch hackers worldwide, you can say. In our HACKcelerator, we incubate those teams and help them to transition their project into a viable startup within 12 weeks. Right now, we're in week 8, and we are interviewing two companies today. Follow us on Twitter. #HACKcelerator15 is our official hashtag if you want to get involved or ask questions. But without any further ado, I would like to introduce two of our companies today. We will be featuring SmartGym and QuantiScience. Both are IoT and hardware-centric, doing super interesting things. How about we jump in with QuantiScience? Do you guys want to give us a 30-second elevator pitch of what you guys are doing?
Sure, we'll be happy to. So hi everyone, we're from QuantiScience. This is Megan and I. My name is Afar Ali. So basically what the overall vision with QuantiScience is, like, we right now have wearables that are being adopted at an extremely high rate, and it's going to be ubiquitous in the future. The overall goal and mission for QuantiScience is to be able to use the data from those wearables to be able to give you deep insights into how your day is going. So our first product is actually called Stressless, which will be deployed in the workplace, where we're going to be able to tell you average stress levels in the office. We're going to tell you at what times of the day people are really stressed out, what times of the month are most stressful, and using this information, employers are going to be able to take action and make their workplaces a much more healthy environment.
Cool, thanks so much, Zaf. Sultan, do you want to jump in and explain us a little bit what SmartGym is doing?
Sure. So SmartGym converts standard gym machines into smart machines that automatically track workouts, show real-time data, and provide data analytics. We do this by attaching an IoT device directly onto the machine and using a mobile app to display the data. Our market size is very big. There's over 80,000 gyms and recreation centers across the United States, and they're just waiting to be converted. Just last year, the global sales for smart machines were around 554 million. So our business model consists of direct sales by charging $250 to convert a machine, alongside it with a subscription plan that provides data and analytics to gym managers. And our goal at SmartGym is to be the leading player in the IoT fitness market.
That's super interesting. Thanks so much for sharing this with us. So what are the challenges that you guys are facing? Both of you guys, again, are hardware and IoT. It's a super hot market, but it used to be very capital intensive, and there are very special challenges that you guys are facing that a software company is not facing. Can you guys elaborate a little bit on that?
Sure. So.
Oh, Zaf, go ahead.
Okay, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Okay,
Sorry,
perfect.
man.
So I guess, like you said, the hardware market and the smart devices market tends to be very capital intensive, and I think that is one of our major challenges, especially for a company such as ours, like a B2B scene. It's that we don't have the capital to actually get devices on, to actually give it out for people to test for free. So the main challenge that we actually face right now is to be able to go up to an employer and be like, hey, we're going to give you 5 free devices, try out our product, and tell us what you think. So that's the main challenge that I believe that a hardware company would face, is to be giving out things for free to try.
Right. Yeah, it's definitely not as scalable as any consumer-facing application out there. Which is why you guys are so interesting, though, because it looks like both of you guys have a very solid plan on how to enter the market. So Sultan, how are you guys planning on doing that with Smart Gym?
We want to enter the market by targeting the gym managers and going to them and asking them if they would want to convert their machines or not. We would just be demoing them how our product looks like, and maybe give them like a free trial or show them like this is what the machine does and here's the mobile app. But definitely one of the problems we're going to face are the problems with scale, which is what a lot of hardware companies face at this time, because we can't just convert a whole gym for free. There's hundreds of machines in one gym.
Interesting. So from a capital standpoint, how much are your devices and what's your margin on that?
Our devices, it takes about $50 to convert a machine, so we have a markup from around another 50 to 1,000, because our leading competitor, they have $1,000 markup, so we want to make sure that we cut them and we have a lower price.
Interesting. And does your competitor charge subscription fees as well?
No, they don't have a subscription fee.
But they don't have the value, right? They don't add value beyond that.
Yeah.
Interesting. So essentially, every gym you would walk up to, they would be definitely more interested in your solution because you provide more data than the competitor, and you're also way cheaper.
Exactly.
Wow, that's interesting. Seth and Megan, going back to you guys to Montreal, what are your, aside from the capital challenge that you guys are facing, what is your plan on how to actually get employees signed up to use this solution? I remember you guys were, you were very strategic about this.
Yeah, our plan for that is to, we're hoping to have a small inventory of devices that we lend out for about a week at a time. And we can show in office, for example, like if you wear our devices for this week, we'll show you the data we've collected. And then we'd sit them down and show them the dashboards that would indicate when their stress levels are highest, and kind of give them suggestions on how you can reduce that. And then looking at that, they'll realize that, yeah, there is a discrepancy between different times of day and days of the week, that employees are more stressed out and therefore unproductive, that never would have really been brought to light before.
Right. I think there's so many implications what you can do with the data once you acquire a bunch of companies. You can apply all kinds of machine learning technologies to kind of like predict what kind of things actually make an impact. Did you guys explore that at all, or?
Definitely. I think our next step definitely is to use machine learning algorithms to actually figure out trends in the data and things like that. So, I mean, the original plan, which we did at the hackathon, did have some elements of machine learning. But right now, if you think about it, we don't have enough data to be actually generalized over the space of all predictions. So we have, at the moment, it's on pause, but definitely when we get more companies on board, we would be able to tell you extremely deep insights over companies, what we are able to see.
Interesting. Cool. Let's talk about something else. So both of you guys, as everybody in our HACKcelerator batch, you guys are winner of our Angel Hack series hackathons that we threw this spring. I'd like to get a little idea of what have you guys been working on since the hackathon, and how was your experience with the program with the HACKcelerator so far? Open question. Anybody can go first. Sultan, you want to speak?
Yeah, sure. Since the hackathon, we've been developing two ways to track people's workouts. One would be through the mobile app that we're developing, and also the IoT device on the machine. And we've made those two communicate with each other so they can transfer data. For example, just recently I got a Note 5 which has a heart rate sensor, which helps a lot because you can also track the person's heart rate as they're working out, and that's just more data for the machine to process, so it knows how well you're working out and the quality of the workout. the HACKcelerator has been great so far. We've been learning a lot. Every week you guys have really good slideshows, and it teaches us a lot about how to run the company and where to focus on.
Awesome. Thank you. Megan, do you want to talk a little bit of your progress with QuantiScience since you guys won the hackathon?
Just our overall process or progress, sorry?
All, like, what have you guys been working on? What have you guys been focusing on? Because again, you guys just started with a very simple prototype that you built in a little over 24 hours, and now you're there and already, you're pretty much at a state where you're a viable startup.
Yeah, so I guess the first thing we did was we realized we hadn't done very much market research, so that was one of the first things we dove into. Is we immediately started feedback surveys to kind of see how people even felt about the idea, and we got like a really positive response. If I'm not mistaken, we found that 78% of respondents were willing to share their data with their employer if it was averaged and anonymized over their colleagues. So we did that, so we kind of secured the market that we think is there. And then we got really intense into developing the MVP, which is finished. It works. We tested it. It seems pretty accurate. We're, of course, hoping to improve it after our first B2B clients. We've got a couple businesses now that we're talking to about testing it that seem pretty excited. So we've done that. We've got a marketing plan set up. We've had a meeting with an investor the other day. And yeah, we're looking to kind of continue the test, refine the algorithm, I think is our next big step. And then I think we will be ready for our first seed round in California.
Wow, sweet. That's super exciting news. Congratulations, guys. Super proud of the progress here. Sultan, do you want to give us a little update? I remember you've been talking to some strategic partners as well, and potential investors. What's going on there?
Oh yeah, so an investor from Italy, I think. They're a hardware company called Technogym. They actually manufacture their own smart machines, and they have a little seed program where they wanna give us some funding, and a 4-month program where we develop wherever we want to make, and they see how far we go. So we've been talking to them, and we'll get the results in about a week or so, by the end of September.
Wow. It's amazing, I think, because just being in week 8 of our HACKcelerator program here, you guys are already talking to investors. You already have strategic business connections lined up, and I think that validates both your ability to execute as well as the value of our program. So let's go back to the hackathon. So did you, Sultan? You have a team member, right?
Yes, I have another team member. Unfortunately, he can't make it to this call today.
Okay,
but his name's Cash, and he's my hardware guy. He really loves IoT, and he's helped me a lot in this process.
Awesome. Did you guys know each other before the hackathon, or did you just?
Yeah, we're colleagues. We've been going to hackathons together for the past 3 years, so we're a solid team, and I trust the guy a lot.
Hackathon veterans, huh? Megan, Zeph, how about you guys?
So we
go ahead.
Yeah, so we actually met at a hackathon before Angel Hack through a mutual friend. We didn't know each other at all at that time, but we tended to work together really well. We managed to pull something through, and we actually won that hackathon. And we followed that, tried to recreate the magic in a second hackathon at Angel Hack, which turned out to be pretty good for us. And since then, we've just been like bonding. We've been getting closer and closer. And then right now, I feel that we're at a good stage where we trust each other, and I think we're really good partners, even though we didn't know each other more than like a year ago.
That's funny, right? I mean, being a co-founder, it's kind of like entering a marriage, right? Like you're legally bound together on this adventure. However long it's gonna take, a lot of startups fail, but so do marriages. So cool.
That's a good analogy.
Sorry?
That's a good analogy.
Cool. So at the hackathon, when you guys been developing the product, both of you guys teams, did you guys stay awake all the time, or did you take a nap? How many Red Bulls did you pound? How was your hackathon experience there?
So I can answer that for Zaf and I. I definitely feel, and I think Zaf feels the same way. I insist on sleeping 8 hours a night. Unless it's a super emergency, I sleep for 8 hours a night. Otherwise, I'm no longer productive. It's not healthy. So for us, there was no Red Bull. There was sleep. We actually took a break. We went out for dinner one night. So we definitely took breaks, and we found we were a lot more productive. After we had taken a break, we'd come back and regrouped. We would pivot the idea slightly. I know we woke up. We all went to bed. We slept a good, I think it was 6 or 7 hours, woke up and said, hey, actually, after I've slept on our idea, I think we need to change it a little bit. We need to do this and this and this. And so we actually found that not pounding Red Bulls all night made us better to think we were more productive, and we felt better at the end.
That makes perfect sense in the context of your business, right? Like tracking stress levels.
Yeah, we'd be hypocrites if we had a stressful office.
Sorry, what did you say?
We would be quite the hypocrites if our stress levels were really high.
Sultan, how about you?
Have you guys heard of a polyphasic sleep cycle?
Is that the one where you, like Napoleon, you just sleep 4 hours in total, just take naps throughout the day?
Yeah. So I stay awake for 4 hours, and then I take a 20-minute nap every 4 hours, and then you just do that throughout the whole day. So I've been doing that for a couple days before the hackathon, and I just did that, yeah. And I'll tell you guys, it's terrible. It takes a long time to get used to it. But
oh, I bet.
But it's worth it. It's worth it after a couple days.
That's crazy. You guys are like doing so, like, you're in the same sector, but you're doing opposite things. You're trying to get the heart rate up. Megan and Zeph trying to get the heart rate down, and then you're on this crazy sleep cycle where you only take naps and just code all the time straight. And Zeph and Megan are they don't take naps. They just code for 6 hours, go to dinner, take it easy. It's funny. Looks like both of those approaches work very well. This is why you guys are where you're at right now. At our HACKcelerator Hangouts on air. Again, for everybody who just jumped in, feel free to join our conversation on Twitter, #HACKcelerator15. We're more than happy to answer any questions that you guys from the audience have here. But cool. Well, congratulations on your progress so far. Did you interact with our batch at all? Because we have 35 companies in our accelerator as of now. Did you talk to anybody else outside of your team? Who wants to go first?
So I think Megan and I, we spoke to the people from Toronto for a slight amount of time. We just wanted to connect, and being in Canada, we want to see if we're ever going to be in the same city, if we could meet up, things like that.
Right.
We obviously got a chance to meet you. We've been on the calls. You have the sense of community where you can ask questions and things like that, and you hear other people's questions and their insights and what they think about everything. Yeah, I mean that's so far what's happened. There's actually another team that we have met called this collab or something, and yeah, so we've been definitely trying to interact as much as possible.
Cool. Sultan, how about you? I know you've been around in Silicon Valley for a minute, and then now you just moved to LA. Did you meet up with any team face to face yet, or?
Unfortunately, we couldn't meet up with anyone face to face, but if there's anyone down in LA, we'll get to meet them.
Too busy scaling up the business?
Yeah, and the sleep cycle doesn't help.
I think you guys have a birdie in LA.
What was that?
Are you still on that sleep cycle? Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead. I was just saying, I think another team, Wordium, is in LA.
Yeah, we got a couple of teams, from California. I think 3 in total. But cool. All right. Couple of random questions. Where do you see yourself 5 years from now? In both cases. First case would be the startup takes off and you guys get rich very quick at a very young age. And second case, you're doing whatever. So, Sultan, you want to go first?
5 years from now, I see myself walking into an LA Fitness and seeing my company in that business, and being able to track any exercise that I do at the gym.
It's awesome. I like that one. Megan, Zaf, how about you guys?
I think definitely in 5 years, if our startup takes off, we're going to definitely see a whole range of products aimed at every single kind of lifestyle that you have. Uh, Trying to quantify health, trying to quantify the workplace, trying to quantify the school, everything. The name of our company captures it all. We're trying to quantify things, and using wearables, using smart devices, using big data. Like, this is our general idea for the company. So we're going to have a whole range of products which are going to be capturing every single market that you can think of. That's what I imagine.
Cool. Well, best of luck. I think you guys are in a great spot right now, and I hope that hopefully, if you guys get selected for a global demo day, hopefully we can chat in a little over a month now, where you guys will be presenting your idea to our network of investors. Just for the audience as a reference, we're working very closely with guys from Y Combinator, 500 Startups, Techstars, and our global demo day will take place in San Francisco on October 29th. I'm sure we will live stream at least a little bit of that event. Last year we had over 300 people in the audience, 150 investors, and top-notch investors as judges. So it's going to be an interesting one. And our teams are competing against each other, as we are a performance-based accelerator. So out of the 50 teams, we only take the 25 best-performing teams. But again, you guys, right as of now, you guys are in a great spot, even though you are doing hardware, which is awesome because, obviously a consumer-facing application is way easier to scale and way easier to attract, at least early seed funding than your guys' solution. So big applause for that one. Couple more questions. What is the most interesting company out there in Silicon Valley or in the world that you guys look up to? The hottest startup? Megan. You're thinking hard. I see you.
I am thinking. We're going to go to the other team. We'll come back to me.
Okay. Sultan, how about you?
One company I've been keeping my eye on this whole time is Airbnb, because I remember a couple years ago I learned about them a little bit, and I always thought, like, man, that sounds like a really bad idea on paper. But but yeah, so I learned about their story, and I learned about how when they were in Y Combinator, every day they would come in at night with rolling suitcases, and that's because they always went out to cities, and they always went outside and they talked to people. They just talked to people, and every single day they did that, and that's one of the reasons why they're so successful. And that's also one of the reasons why I look up to them, because it takes a lot of hard work, it takes a lot of guts to do that, and they're just such a nice company. I mean, I get their weekly emails, and it just puts a smile on your face. You guys should seriously subscribe to their weekly emails. It's pretty good.
That's cool. I'm definitely gonna check it out. No, first of all, I'm a heavy user, and I'm a fan of Airbnb. First of all, because it provides value and it disrupts an industry that has, never been taken on since I don't know how many years. I mean, there's hotels.com that just streamlines the process of booking, but they just disrupt this industry, and it's pretty amazing to see how many lawsuits they have to fight and how many challenges they face. But it's a unicorn. It's one of the best performing startups out there, and I don't think it will change anytime soon. So I really like Airbnb as well. Meg and Zaf, did you guys come to a conclusion?
Yeah, I can answer, and then I think Zaf will probably have a different answer than I, so I'll let him go ahead after me. I'm going to go ahead with kind of an older company, but that was a startup, which is 10 Tree, and they are a clothing brand. They don't do anything techy, but the entire basis of their corporation was that for every item you buy, they plant 10 trees, and the entire foundation of their business is that you can use corporations and you can build companies without the goal of getting rich at 20 as quickly as possible, but with the goal of actually doing some good in the world. And they've found a lot of success in bettering the lives of everybody. And I think what a better way to find success than in making the world a better place. So I'm going to go with 2 and 3.
Awesome. I really like that. I really
Zach,
like that.
you go ahead.
Zach,
Yeah, so
you want to go ahead?
for me, I guess my one is a bit more techy, but I'm I'm a big fan of interfaceless computing, so things which don't have an interface. So there's this company actually called I think Noemo, which makes a little box which listens to you all the time, and it automates things for you at home. So kind of like the Amazon Echo, but taken to the next level with an open API and things like that. So I'm really looking forward to a startup like that, which is taking away the screens and things from in front of our faces and putting it behind the scenes so that we can just control it with our voice, like it knows what it wants us to do.
That's pretty amazing. That's pretty good. In that context, did you guys see? I'm not quite sure who it was. Was it Google or Apple? One of those. They, it's essentially it's a little chip that you can pretty much attach to hardware down the road, and you can control it without actually touching a button.
Yep, Google did that. Yeah, and it's using pretty sick technology as well. Like it's using like Doppler waves and things like that. So it's pretty out of the box.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Well, the future is going to be here soon, and I'm super excited that we all are part of this journey here at our Angel Hack HACKcelerator. Again, everybody follow us on Twitter at AngelHack. Give us a shout out, ask us questions, hashtag HACKcelerator15. We're doing this on-air session every week, and we will blast it out on Twitter and notify you guys which team we will be interviewing. We're going to have a couple more weeks left until we host our Global Demo Day on October 29th, where we showcase the top 25 startups from all around the world to our audience of investors. So stay tuned for our next Angel Hack HACKcelerator on-air session next week. And before we close it off, you guys, I know both of you guys already have a landing page. Do you want to give us the URL? Everybody that is tuning in live right now.
Sure. I think we'll take it. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll just take it because it's pretty simple. So the URL for our company is quanti.science. So QUANTI.science. It's pretty simple, and I think it's a good URL.
So everybody out there, check out quanti.science. I know for a fact they're on Twitter as well. Follow them. It's going to be a great journey. They're a couple weeks out, and hopefully we'll get selected for Global Demo Day. SmartGym, Sultan, what's your URL?
Our URL is smartgym.io.
Smartgym.io. This is where magic happens, and this is where LA Fitness will be transformed into a smart gym, hopefully soon. Again, thanks everybody. That was our weekly session, HACKcelerator on air. Hashtag HACKcelerator15. Follow us on Twitter at AngelHack. We will be doing this every week until we close it off with our grand finale in San Francisco, where we fly the top 25 teams to our Global Demo Day. So it's going to be very exciting, and stay tuned for next week, where we showcase another 2 amazing startups of our batch from this year's Angel Hack HACKcelerator. Thanks everybody for joining. Thank you guys. Thanks to Montreal, to QuantiScience. Thanks to Los Angeles, to SmartGym. It was a pleasure speaking with you, and I will hopefully see you at the end of October in San Francisco.
All right, thank you, Milan. We will see you at the end of October in San Francisco.
We will be there.
I like that. I like that. Sounds accepted. Cool. All right, everybody. Thank you guys again, and everybody out there, stay tuned. Hashtag HACKcelerator15. We're doing this every week. If you guys want to be involved and get news about the latest Silicon Valley technology, this is the feed that you want to watch. So stay tuned for next week, and thank you guys. Bye.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.